Infoplus, for genuine information. This program is brought to you by Islington College, title sponsor.
Qatar Airways, world's 5-star airline.
This is my own and my soul. This is my own. I have a goal. I believe I will succeed in my goal. This is my own.
Islington College.
On the ground or in the air, you can always be assured of our 5-star service. Qatar Airways, world's 5-star airline.
Be sharp. Break the tradition. Be enlightened. See things from a new perspective. Get complete. Never compromise. 4-year BBA degree, 2-year Masters in partnership with the University of the West of England. The British College, Betrayed Tower, Thapatali, Kathmandu, Nepal. Phone 51111000. Infoplus.
नमस्कार सदा चाहिँ कार्यक्रम इन्फो प्लसमा आज पनि यहाँहरूलाई स्वागत छ। यो एक मात्रै टेलिभिजन कार्यक्रम जहाँ हामी शिक्षा र करियरको क्षेत्रमा भएका विभिन्न समसामयिक विषयवस्तुहरू प्रस्तुत गर्दै आइरहेका छौँ। आजको कार्यक्रममा पनि हामीले त्यसै विषयसँग सम्बन्धित विभिन्न जानकारीहरू लिएर उपस्थित भएका छौँ।
Infoplus.
आउनुहोस् दर्शकवृन्द, आजको कार्यक्रम सुरु गरौँ। कार्यक्रमको पहिलो प्रस्तुतिमा युरोपियन युनियनका राजदूतसँग हामीले एक विशेष कुराकानी गरेका छौँ। अहिलेको युरोपियन युनियनको वर्तमान परिप्रेक्ष्य, नेपालको समसामयिक विषय र युरोपियन युनियन अन्तर्गत नेपाली विद्यार्थीहरू जान चाहनेहरूलाई उनीहरूको लागि विशेष अवसरहरू के कस्ता हुन सक्छन्, यिनै विषयवस्तुहरूलाई समेटेर हामीले आज एक विशेष कुराकानी गरेका छौँ। अब प्रस्तुति प्रारम्भ गरौँ यसै कुराकानीबाट।
Infoplus.
Welcome, His Excellency Dr. Alexander SPACHIS. So, before we begin, how are you today?
It's a lovely weather in a lovely country with lovely people, so everything is fine.
How do you perceive the bilateral relationship between European Union and Nepal?
This relationship is something that have started many, many years ago, back in 1956, where the first diplomatic relations were established. Since a few years, this relationship has, of course, been developing, and back in the 90s, we had a first cooperation program started with a modest 2.5 million euros. Today, we are in a totally different picture. We have, since 2009, a full embassy status. I'm the first resident ambassador here. And we have an annual cooperation program for the development of Nepal, which is on average some 40 million euros per year. And putting aside this issue of development cooperation, we have excellent diplomatic relations. We have very senior level visits exchanged between Nepal and European Union. And European Union as such is very trusted and disinterested friend of Nepal in terms of how we are offering our assistance. We are, of course, basing our whole cooperation on our European values, which is we cherish a lot: peace, democracy, respect of human rights, rule of law. With these general conditions, we are really close by.
Okay, so it's a long relationship. How is the European Union contributing towards Nepal's development?
European Union all over the world has the same approach for development cooperation. We have a strategy for each country, and in addition to that strategy, we are contributing with many funding capabilities in the areas that are cutting across countries, what we call thematic. So for the country of Nepal, we have retained three main areas of intervention, and this is education, support to the peace process and the stability of the country, and economic and trade capacity development. For these three, it's areas where we have been working for some time, and we will be continuing to work also in the foreseeable future. And we are systematically and slowly and steadily increasing our annual contributions. In addition to these areas, we make a substantial input in the area of energy, renewable energy. We have made a very substantial contribution recently in the area of food security with the use of what we call the European Union Food Facility. We have started engaging very seriously in the domain of climate change. And in addition to that, we have lots of interventions with the civil society and non-state actors, NGOs, chambers, authorities other than central government authorities in the area of human rights, health, livelihood, you name it, we have some activity. Another area which is of concern for all the international community and for the European Union, and where we started doing a serious program, is what we call public finance management. How to make the accounting and the auditing of the public finances more professional, more sound, and more resilient in periods of crisis. We are therefore working very, very closely with others how to improve this situation, which will improve governance, after all, in the country, and better use of public money.
So, what are the thoughts of European Union on the peace process taking place in Nepal?
It is something remarkable. As well-wishers for your country, we are really very happy to see that a period of internal conflict, of insurgency, civil war, you call it whatever you like, has ended up in relatively smooth terms and has advanced so nicely and relatively rapidly. Although sometimes on the day-to-day life we are impatient to see more progress on peace process, on the other hand, we have gone a long way. We have gone into a situation where we have a democratically elected Constituent Assembly who is tasked to make a new constitution, and we put a lot of faith and hope in this Constituent Assembly and the Constitution. Europe, as we just said, it's an area of peace, stability, democracy, respect of human rights, respect of rule of law, and we do hope that the new constitution will include all the necessary guarantees for the above. Now, how do we feel about that? First of all, let me say that Europeans feel that this is a business for Nepalis to sort out what is best for them. So we don't have any particular strong views other than the underlying principles of democracy, respect of human rights, respect of rule of law. With these basic, let's say, conditions, anything that comes out of this arrangement is good for us. But it has to be something that the Nepalis consider to be their own. Therefore, we do not see for us any role in giving you suggestions on how to write the constitution, but we do see for us a role to be supporting those Nepalis that wish to work for the constitution, to make sure they have all they need and all the facilities they need in order to achieve their task. The progress achieved so far in the peace process is good. We do hope that in the future we will forget completely the dark years of conflict and the post-conflict situation, and we will be in a Nepal where everybody is trying to improve his and her conditions, the livelihood, the economic stability, the respect of the rule of law, but at the same time the respect of the environment and the promotion of the economy of this country.
As an European Union ambassador, where do you see Nepal's future is heading towards?
In the short term, I very much wish and hope that there will be an agreement on a constitution, which is an essential step for the next important phase in democracy, because the next important step is elections. So once the constitution is agreed and the necessary decisions will have been taken on what to elect and how to go about electing it, then we will need to prepare and have in Nepal free and fair elections representing the will of the people. So as such, we do look forward to these elections, which will give governments with longer-term stability and very much clearer mandates from the people on how they want to see their country run. And from our side, of course, we are simply supporting the preparation of the elections and the electoral process, and when the moment comes for elections, we'll be watching very closely how good and fair and free are these elections, and we are sure that Nepali people will do a very good job on this matter.
Now, there have been talks about introducing federal system in Nepal. So, if the federal system was to take place in Nepal, do you think it will enhance the prosperity of Nepal and come in as a boon?
Let me first tell you my reading. My reading is that the Nepalis have already agreed that they will move to a federal system. This is not a question anymore, and the only remaining question is what this federal system should be like. And let me start with some basic principles. In Europe, peace, stability, respect of human rights, respect of rule of law, minority respect, and all that is part of our, let's say, established system of governance. And we have the experience that this respect of these basic values has taken Europe to an unprecedented period of prosperity and growth. We believe the same can be done in Nepal. And that means we need to see in the new constitution that will be drafted, including the federal provisions, the respect of the human rights, the respect of the minorities, the respect of the rule of law. Now, beyond that, how you wish to, you Nepalis, you wish to structure this, it's up to you. What I can say is that there is no way back. There are so many ethnicities, speaking sometimes different languages or different dialects. You have so many people from various ethnic backgrounds. You have people with different religious backgrounds. So the only way forward in this multi-ethnic, multicultural, multilingual society is a system which ensures respect for the fundamental rights. How you will structure this around the federation, it's a very good challenge, and I do wish all goes well in this direction, and the sooner the better. Now let me also add the following, that federating country is not an easy task.
This program is brought to you by
This is my own.
Islington College, title sponsor.
Qatar Airways, world's 5-star airline.